Good evening and welcome to Real Reviews. I am Josh Thomas, your host. Real Reviews is the only show on television that reviews a wide range of movies along with live guests in the studio to talk about various topics surrounding the film industry, along with up-to-date trailers and news surrounding your favourite films. Throughout the show, we want to get you involved, to tell us your views on the topics we discuss. To get involved, tweet us at The Real Reviews, and your comment may appear on show. On tonight's show, we have two live guests to talk about the importance of amateur filmmaking, along with their views on upcoming movies and the films they're most looking forward to seeing in the next 6 months. We also have this week's movie roundup from Cameron Marshall Harris and public's views on many topics. So let's get started. I'm now joined by amateur filmmakers Joe Kidd and Ben Lovering to discuss the importance of amateur filmmaking, along with various other topics. Hi guys, and welcome to the show.
Good evening.
So what's your experiences? Introduce yourself.
I'm Joe Kidd. I'm an amateur filmmaker, animator and radio journalist. I do a lot of press and things.
My name's Ben Lovering. I'm currently studying film and TV at Exeter College.
Okay, so what do you hope to get from the college? Are you doing the course as well?
Yeah, I'm also on the course. I think it's sort of a good gateway into the film industry, and like, if you don't pick up the necessary skills, you still network with people. So like, you can make films over the summer or in your own time.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a good way to kind of get started, because you kind of use GCSEs, and I think another step up, and I think from there is more likely to kind of get you involved with people, because it kind of links you with connections.
So what sort of experiences do you have in the film, maybe media industry?
Well, I've won 3 Sony Radio Awards. I've been to a few award ceremonies. I've interviewed various people. I've been to the BBC a few times. I made an animated short last year with a budget of about 30,000. That was really good. That's for a local animation festival.
I haven't done anything major like that yet, but I'm hopefully looking forward to doing one in the summer, and Joe being my producer here, been doing like things with the college, kind of making some short films, but nothing like winning awards so far, but hopefully in the future.
Yeah. So obviously Joe said he got funded 30,000 for the animation, was it?
Yeah.
So do you think films maybe get too much funding towards?
Not too much funding if they're going to be a good film. So like you get big blockbusters, say like the Avengers, it's done really well and it's made more money back than they spent on the film.
So I guess that makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, I think if they get more of the money back than they spend making it, then I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. So from this course, where do you hope to get? Do you want to go further and be like maybe a producer yourselves, or like go?
I'd quite like to be a TV film producer. I'd quite like to be a radio show host as well. But yeah, hopefully somewhere in the media industry.
Yeah, I'd quite like to do TV or film, like directing, hopefully, like kind of after this course, try and find some links and maybe do a bit of work experience with them, try and, it's kind of who you know as well, wouldn't it? So.
Definitely. So how much do you feel like the amateur filming itself has progressed over the years? Do you think people such as big directors, producers, would encourage people to start at a low level?
I think now amateur filmmaking's kind of gone up a notch from back ago. So it's kind of more accepted, I think now. You get a lot of them kind of up for Oscars as well.
Yeah. So who sort of inspires you then? Who would you like to be like, if you would?
I'll let you answer first.
I'm trying to think, directing wise.
Either.
Bryan Cranston, he's a brilliant director, brilliant actor. Steven Spielberg, obviously. People who generally make good films and TV shows that they love and are passionate about.
Yeah.
I think Christopher Nolan for mine, because he doesn't use a lot of special effects in his films, does he? He uses
in camera.
Actual stuff, and I kind of think it makes it look real. Yeah. And I think I like his style of films as well.
Definitely. Right, so that's some very interesting stuff there, and we'll be right back after this short insert from the public's views on the film industry.
What film are you most looking forward to seeing in the next 6 months?
Probably the new Superman film, which is coming out in a few days.
The next 6 months? I have no idea. I don't really know what's coming out in the next 6 months.
I really can't wait to see Monsters, Inc.
I've no idea because I don't know what's coming out.
Man of Steel, Monsters University.
Yeah, Man of Steel, yeah.
Like the Marvel films?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy them?
Yeah.
Which film genre do you prefer?
Sci-fi.
Sort of why do you think? Why do you prefer sci-fi?
Probably because I grew up beginning with Star Wars.
I don't know. It really depends on my mood. Sometimes I like something a bit funny. Sometimes it's something a bit more action. Not a huge fan of horror myself, but
Like comedy and action movies.
I really like romantic comedies actually. I think like Bridget Jones's Diary is such a classic. Yeah, I'd say rom-coms, standard chick flicks. Yeah.
Would you just go to see a film if it had your favourite actor or actress in it?
Yes, if they're really good looking, then definitely.
Yes.
What's your favourite actors? or
Um,
actresses?
Probably anybody from Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, so like British actors.
Probably, yeah.
What cinema do you prefer going to watch movies?
I like Odeon because it's cheaper than View.
The Odeon.
Odeon just because it's cheaper than View.
I normally go to the Odeon. I think it's slightly cheaper than View, and I just like it because in my hometown we have like a really tiny cinema, so it's quite nice to be spoiled with more than one screen. So yeah.
Do you still think the film industry is a thriving business?
Yes, I believe so. I'd say more so than the music business in terms of obviously you can download music off the internet, obviously illegally, or you can pay money. But I think that people will still pay to go to the cinema. I think maybe with the recession, people are having to like hold back more nowadays. But I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
I do, yeah.
Where do you think that?
Because there are still loads of films coming out. The budget's constantly getting bigger for films and stuff. So.
Hi and welcome back. We're still joined by Joe Kidd and Ben Loverin. So you've just seen the public's views on those questions, and I'd like to ask you the same things. What films are you most likely looking forward to seeing in the next 6 months?
I'm really looking forward to seeing This Is the End with Seth Rogen, James Franco, and also At World's End, sort of same sort of genre of film with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
I think I'm looking forward to Thor 2. It's kind of the one after the Avengers. I know there's Iron Man 3, but I think that's still kind of, to me, I think it linked to the Avengers, so I think Thor 2 is a step forwards after it.
Yeah, definitely. So what sort of genre of film do you prefer?
Personally, I like sort of action films. Comedies are always good. I like comedies, sort of like Borat and things.
Yeah.
I like a lot of different genres. I
Yeah.
like.
What's your
Favourite?
favourite?
Action.
What would you go to the cinema just to see your favourite actor or actress if it starred in it?
Yeah.
Name a few then.
I do like Andrew Garfield just because of The Amazing Spider-Man. I thought
Yeah.
he was pretty good, and I think he kind of suited the role. I do like Bradley Cooper up there. I thought he was really good in Silver Linings Playbook, and I think I liked him in the first Hangover. Maybe not so the second one, but
Yeah.
I like Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro is always good, whatever he does. I'm trying to think who else. Ben Affleck's always good.
Yeah. So what cinema do you prefer to go to watch films?
Me personally, I like to go to the Odeon, like we saw in the clips there. They all say it's cheaper, and I agree. But I think the View, it's kind of more popularised, and I think it's kind of, what do you call it, like more
Cultured.
helpful. Yeah, I think it's quite
Jack?
Probably either View or The Picture House. The Picture House is really good. It's sort of more independent stuff, a lot of sort of French and German cinema, which you don't tend to see in View and Odeon. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like it there.
Definitely. And do you think the film industry is a thriving business?
Yeah, definitely. I think it leads to so many opportunities. Like, it's not just like film and TV. With the media, you can go onto newspapers, you can go onto radio. I think it's a broad kind of variety of things you can actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Sort of media's and everything these days.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. Thanks for your thoughts on those questions. We'll be right back after this week's movie roundup with Cameron Marshall Harris.
Hi, I'm Cameron Marshall Harris, and this is your movie roundup.
You have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is going to change the world.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX 3D.
Man of Steel, the summer's biggest blockbuster, is the teaser trailer you've just seen. We see the beginning of a potential new franchise. With Zack Snyder, the director of 300 at the helm, and Christopher Nolan, the man behind the recent Batman trilogy producing, will this film be a hit? Henry Cavill stars as Clark Kent. Will the Immortals actor be yet another British actor to show off his great acting skills on the big screen? Expectations are high for this summer's blockbuster, with a lot on the line, including a much anticipated new film series, The Justice League, with $175 million worth of a budget. May 31st of this year saw the release of the heavily advertised science fiction film After Earth for North Americans. The film stars Will Smith and his son Jaden in a father and son tale for a fight for survival on a non-human habited Earth. The film is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, most known for films such as The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. However, on his opening weekend, it only managed to earn $26.5 million. That's half as much as anticipated by the studio Sony. If you compare that to I Am Legend, which grossed $77 million on its opening weekend and topped the box office, it's quite shocking. With only earning half of what was predicted, After Earth was third in the US box office weekend, behind Fast and Furious 6 and Now You See Me. After Earth was flipped so far. With After Earth just released worldwide, will the rest of the world be charmed by the actor that is Will Smith? Recently, Smith said to Digital Spy that he may soon give up on blockbuster movies and start moving into more artistic films. So maybe he knows that his luck is running out. After Earth's in cinemas right now, so go watch it and tell us what you think. Movie history has always had sequels. In recent years, we've seen franchise emerge from ashes, and the likes of Harry Potter, Fast and Furious, and many more, earning tons of money from the box office. Lately, the last Hangover film has been recently released with a potential spin-off being discussed. We possibly could be seeing more of that Mr. Chow. And now we talk about an animated film that was released 12 years ago, Monsters Inc. Ever since I saw Monsters Inc., I craved more Mike and Sully in a sequel, and now 12 years later, I get that movie fix. However, it's not a sequel, it's a prequel. This potentially could be interesting and as funny as the first movie, as we see how Mike and Sully become scarers at university. Follow us on Twitter at @TheRealReviews, and please get in touch answering the following questions with the hashtag that follows. Are you looking forward to The Man of Steel? Was After Earth a hit or a miss? Is Monsters Inc. University 12 years too late? And do you prefer a prequel or a sequel? I'm Cameron Marshall Harris, and this has been your Movie Roundup.
Thanks, Cameron, and we're back with the final part of the show. I'm still here with Joe Kidd and Ben Loverin. So you've just seen this week's Movie Roundup. Please send us your tweets with @TheRealReviews, and we'll read some of that out in a few moments. So what are your thoughts on both the films you've seen?
After Earth, I'm not so keen on because I've read some, kind of scripts of it, and I thought it looks a bit iffy. And in America, it's flopped. So I think over to Europe, I think it was kind of tried to be hyped up as much as possible because you see it on bus stations and on the buses themselves, trying to put himself out there. But to me, it doesn't really appeal to me because there's a lot of kind of sci-fi films out at the moment, and I think there are better ones.
What about the big one then, Superman? What about The Man of Steel?
Yeah, I think that looks fairly good. I think it's the new step up for DC, to be honest, and it's kind of going to lead on hopefully to the Justice League if it does well. And with Christopher Nolan on board, I think it'll kick it up a bit.
I think Monsters University on there is probably going to do really well. Pixar have obviously got much better animation technology now, and people who saw it 12 years ago and obviously go to the new one, and then children who watch the new one now go back and watch the first one.
And it also brings back, I think, like with those sort of films, it brings back sort of like your childhood.
Oh yeah, but nostalgia, which is sort of what Pixar have been trying to do the last few years with Toy Story 3 and films like that.
The fact that it's a prequel as well, it's not a sequel. So
that's it. It's
I
a bit
think
different, isn't it, as well?
They've kind of gone a different route down, I think, in it.
So what about Hangover 3 then? What about?
I've seen The Hangover 3.
Yeah?
It's very good.
Is it?
The acting's good. I think they did well to bring back Bradley Cooper. Now he is an Oscar nominee from Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah.
But good script is much better than the second one. Sort of good locations, good camera shots and everything.
I'm yet to see it myself, but I saw the first one, I really enjoyed it. Saw the second one and I thought it's kind of kind of similar to the first one. It's kind of the
Do
same
you think
thing.
maybe with obviously they've done 3 parts, not many films have done that. Do you think that's too much maybe?
I've heard about this one that it's a lot better than the second one, and it's slightly different.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
very
think-
different. They don't actually get hungover.
Okay.
I won't. I'll give you that spoiler.
So
That's a bit better.
I think I'll probably go and see it then. From what people are saying, it's
Yeah.
actually really good.
It's
so
really good, yeah.
I think I will.
Yeah, that's it. So what from the films that just these, what do you think won't be not so good?
Probably, in my opinion, After Earth. I think.
Any reason why? Maybe do you not like the actors? Is it the actors?
I know I love Will Smith. I really
Yeah.
enjoy Will Smith. I haven't really seen much of Jaden's acting, to be fair, so I can't really judge him on his acting. I'm not so keen on the director, to be honest, because he did the what do you call it? The Avatar, The Last Airbender, I think. Yeah, and I'm not sure if that did too well either. So
Do you
I
feel
think
the same?
Yeah, I think the acting looks okay. The visual effects look really good. It looks like a bit of a weak story though.
But do you think maybe, because obviously you said the visual effects is good, do you think maybe that will carry it through and maybe?
Maybe not.
Ignore? No?
No. I think people these days is like, with Avatar, the visual effects carried it through because it was so, I mean the visual effects were very good, but now because every film has good visual effects, it's sort of starting to be less and less.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a simple storyline, and there are, like I said, other sci-fi films coming out.
So with The Man of Steel, do you think that will be as good as what everyone's saying? Because obviously it's been hyped up to quite a
Yeah, I
big
think
thing.
it's been quite a long time
Yeah.
for a decent DC film
That's
to come
it.
out, and I think they should hopefully make it pretty good.
Yeah. Do you think they should make more superhero films?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should try and do the Justice League like has been planned for many years, because I think Avengers needs a competitor against
Yeah, that's it.
And
So
I
are
think
you a DC or a Marvel?
I'm Marvel myself, but I think I'd like to see some competition.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think
Jake, you feel-
Marvel.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
Avengers is brilliant.
Yeah. So you don't think it will be anything?
It could rival it, but you know, it's obviously split 50-50 between their fans, but to be honest, what does it matter?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a film.
It's a film.
Exactly.
We go home and we forget about it.
But on
Right,
DVD.
now it's time to read some of your thoughts via Twitter. Thank you for sending them in at The Real Reviews. The first one we have here, really looking forward to Man of Steel. Can't wait. I'm watching it tonight. Unfortunately, After Us was a miss. I love the visuals, however the acting did feel forced. I thought they would have done a second one sooner, however I'm really glad they're doing one. Sequels are always better than sequels. I believe that's all the time we have for